Ryan Connolly wants to know which WWF main eventer in 1989 have you demanded more money to a face in the ring? The Ultimate Warrior or Zeus?
Which WWF main eventer in 1989 would what?
Would you have demanded more money to face in the ring? The Ultimate Warrior or Zeus?
I wouldn't have demanded any money. Why would I demand more money to wrestle them?
Yeah, I think the implication is neither one of these guys were very good, and you'd have to be taking your own life into your hands to wrestle them.
Well, you can't say that about the Ultimate Warrior. They took me off the opening of the show and put the UW up there. So
Yeah.
he must have been better than me.
Um, Drew Landry says, you once said Sting was your toughest opponent. What match between the two made you realize this? Did you just mean in terms of, I don't mean tough like street fight tough, or at least
Yeah.
that's the way I took it from you. I took it as,
Yeah.
he's probably most synonymous with you from the WCW era. Is he not?
I think so. I mean, they tried to get away from that, but I think that that'll always recognize as something that was very important for both of our careers. I needed a good opponent. He was that good opponent. He became great. Um, I would know. I would never put Steve in my when I use that word tough. It doesn't exist in the business anymore. But my toughest opponent would always be Harley Race, who was not only a great worker but real tough.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no shit.
Eric wants to know, I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Rick Martel at one of the Hall of Fame inductions? You made comments about Stan Hansen getting pinned by Martel and not you. And also, I was wondering if you believe Greg Valentine could have been a good fit in the Horsemen. I think he could have been a great member in the late 80s, even if he really wasn't a show stealer in the ring by that point. So let's do it backwards. What do you think of Greg Valentine? Could he have been a Horseman? I could see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
If he hadn't been up in New York, absolutely. Greg was a horseman, big time. Yeah, he's never been put in that equation. I've been asked that question before, but yeah, Greg would have fit in perfectly. Trying to think who else would have been great in that role.
What about Rick Martel? You and I've never talked about him. He's kind of a
Yeah.
recluse, it feels like. He hasn't done a lot in the wrestling space, and a lot of wrestling fans think he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I totally agree, but you and I never spoke. What do you think of Rick and his work?
Fantastic. And yeah, he most definitely should be a Hall of Famer. Not as a model, but as Rick Martel.
Right. The AWA champion, Rick Martel.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good. I wrestled him as the NWA versus AWA in Tokyo. We stole it. Kind of like the mistake they made to put me and Steamboat on in Tokyo one time. Bad mistake on Baba's part.
Because nobody can follow that at that point, right?
Nothing, not even close. And Steamboat being half Japanese made it really easy.
Right. Josh Deek wants to know which member of Evolution would have fit in the 86 Horsemen, and which member in their prime do you think would have fit in Evolution? So that's a fun question. Who from Evolution could go back and plug into the 86 Horsemen, and who from the Horsemen could plug into Evolution?
An 86 and run with us, or just be a member of them?
Well, yeah, let's switch two guys. So does Tully go up and he's a member of Evolution, and Randy comes down, or what would you say?
No, Arn's a member of Evolution.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and the guy that would come down would be Dave.
I like it.
Yeah. Dave was, he had to settle down like everybody had to. But Dave was a lot of fun. I hung out a lot with Dave because he didn't like going to bed early either.
Well, I think that's something you guys have in common.
And the Horsemen, we never went to bed.